Just as I was wiping the antique table I just bought, I discovered a secret hidden compartment. Curious, I pulled open the drawer and found a stack of letters inside at once. I randomly opened one and realized it was a love letter from over 100 years ago. Meanwhile, at the exact same time 100 years earlier, a girl named Lizzie was sitting at her desk, about to write a letter. But when Lizzie opened her drawer, she was surprised to find it completely empty. Lizzie would never have imagined that her love letter would travel through time to end up in my hands. 100 years later, through reading one letter after another, I began to gradually get to know Lizzie. This girl named Lizzie was born into an aristocratic family. Lizzie's father planned to marry her off to an old earl whom she did not love. In that era, Lizzie had no right to fight for herself at all, so she had to submit to her father's arrangement. Lizzie wrote down her longing for freedom and love in her letters. Even though these letters were written to an imaginary lover, I was still deeply moved by Lizzie's words, so I turned on my computer and wrote a reply to Lizzie, pretending to be her imaginary lover. After finishing it, I felt a little ridiculous. I actually dared to dream of replying to a woman who lived over 100 years ago. But the next day, I still couldn't resist my curiosity and drove to the address written in the letter. Sure enough, there was a manor there, and it seemed that someone was still living in it. Just as I was about to knock on the door, a maid opened it first. I was driven out before I could get any information. When I got home, I told my mother about the letters, but she did not treat my words as a joke. My mother firmly told me that time and space could be crossed. Later, my mother gave me a romantic suggestion to send the reply I had written. My mother even gave me a stamp from 100 years ago. That night, I couldn't fall asleep, thinking about my mother's suggestion all the time. So I got up and wrote another reply to Lizzie, then hurried to that old post office overnight and dropped the letter into the mailbox. However, the next day, 100 years ago, the post office carriage stopped slowly in front of Lizzie's house. At that time, Lizzie was on a date with the Earl. Even though Lizzie did not like the Earl, she had to temporarily agree to get along with him for the sake of her family. When Lizzie returned to her room, she found the letter I had written to her. Lizzie was extremely shocked.
Who are you?
And even felt a faint pain in her head. At this moment, I was watching a football match at home, but suddenly I heard a noise coming from the antique table downstairs.